Hello, everybody. I'd like to talk today about fasting. A lot of people think that fasting is going without food, wearing the same old dirty clothes, walking around sackcloth and ashes, and, that type of stuff. But sackcloth and ashes, as well as fasting, have very significant meaning scripturally. Sackcloth is putting away all titles. Our clothing identifies us. It's like if you look at the clothes that certain people wear, you can say, okay, that is a doctor. This one over here is a fireman. This was a police officer. You could tell by the clothes what they are. So what we do is we set all that stuff aside. We come in sackcloth. In other words, we come as just the children that we truly are. Okay, and ashes. In other words, all the accomplishments that I have are nothing. And it's like, I come to you as just a regular person. And it's like, I want to hear what's on your mind. So when I come in sackcloth and ashes, I'm laying aside all titles and accomplishments. And I'm coming to you as a regular person to hear you and to help you. And this is where fasting comes in. Fasting is withholding judgment. It has nothing to do with food. It has everything to do with not consuming your fellow man or woman. It has everything to do with being able to listen to them without judgment and try to find the source of the reason why they think and believe what they do. It's just that simple. To fast is to not judge. Okay? And the only way that you can help people, you can ask a doctor. The only way to help a patient is to identify what is causing the problem. And if you go in there and the patient has an odor or it's a real awful wound, the doctor could turn away in horror and say, no, I don't want to treat this person. Well, we do that ourselves whenever we're dealing with people that have intellectual problems or emotional or maybe social or what was the other? Spiritual, of course. It's like when we see these things, we turn away from them and say, I don't want to have nothing to do with him. He's going straight to the pit of hell. Or socially, I don't want to have nothing to do with him. He's not part of the in crowd. Okay? And it's like we have these aspects of us to where there's illness and we need to be healed. And we need people who are willing to come to us in sackcloth and ashes and not consume us. In other words, that they will withhold their judgment. They will fast accordingly, and they will help us through prayer. In other words, meditation upon what the true issue is, and that prayer is aided through communion with God. In other words, communion with truth. In other words, we ask, help us to see what the problem is here in truth. It's really not that hard, okay? We have to realize that these words have specific meanings that are not what we are used to using them today anyway. But just remember, if you're going to fast, don't judge others. That's all there is to it. Thank you again.